we are going to do the third lesson of 6th standard in English, that is by name The Wild Duck. It is written by Ramesh Gunasekhara. Now to talk about the author, here are certain points you would know about him. He was born in Sri Lanka. As you all know, Sri Lanka is a neighboring country of India. It is situated in the southern part of India. So Sri Lanka, he was born in Sri Lanka. He lives in Britain. Presently he lives in Britain, England, okay, Europe continent. He explores many aspects of his native land in his writings. So whatever he would like to write, he always try to bring in things which are from his native land, that is Sri Lanka. And it is liked by so many people that the fictional part of it, what he tries to bring in his writings, his fiction has been translated into many languages. So many people like to read his writings, whatever the books he writes. So that has been translated into many languages. So to start with the lesson, we will see in this lesson that a father takes his son for hunting. It is a very touching story. Actually, it shows the relation between the father and son. What it is being said that always parents will only know to teach certain things to children. But the fact is, sometimes the children also try to, we have to listen to the children. They also will have certain knowledge, certain thinking in them which will bring a change in their elders also. So this is a very touching story about a father and a son. And here in this story, to start with, the father takes his son hunting to teach him to shoot down wild ducks. They, as you know, many people like to hunt animals, birds. So this father is very much interested in that, and he wants his son also to shoot down the wild ducks which are here in the story, the teals. It is a kind of bird, teals. So but what happens at the end is, but the son teaches the father a lesson in caring for life instead of destroying it. So at the end, when the story ends, you will come to know how the child has taught a lesson. Now, not like a lesson, how he tells his father that to care someone is more important than causing harm to it. So about the story, how does it start? As I told you, the father takes the son for hunting. The father and son sail down. That is, sail down means in a boat. They move into the river and sail down a stream. A stream in the late afternoon. That is after 12 o'clock in the late afternoon. He just wants. He knows that that is the right time for the birds to. The flock of birds moving in the sky would come. So he takes a stream in the late afternoon. Both of them, that is the father and the son, both of them have their guns ready to shoot down the ducks as countless of them fly in a formation. So the father knows that is the right time for the flock of birds to move in the sky, and as they are sitting and waiting for them, they are ready with their guns to shoot. So all the things they have kept ready. As soon as the birds move in the sky, they have to shoot down the birds. In that way, he plans to teach his son how to hunt. So ready to shoot down the ducks as countless of them fly in a formation. So not one or two, many of them will come. So once they start shooting, at least one or two can be shot down. That is the thought what he has in his mind. In a formation, the father is hasty. That means he just wants to hunt. Nothing else he has got in his mind. The father is hasty and shoots at the birds without aiming at any one of them in particular. So what does the father think? If I start shooting continuously, it is going to hit one or the other, and so he starts shooting it without aiming at any particular one bird or anyone. So then in particular, he is overconfident. So he is overconfident means he thinks he is a very good at shooting, and if he does that, it can go and hit any one of the birds, but he is overconfident in that. It doesn't happen. He thinks he will surely kill a few at least. He thinks not all, but few. He will be able to shoot at them and kill them, but does not get any. So in taking the decision hastily, he tries to shoot down, but he is not able to aim at any one also, and at the end what happens is he is not able to shoot any. So as you saw, the father shoots at the birds in a very hasty manner. So he doesn't aim at any one bird. He continuously tries to shoot down, but the birds no bird is hurt by it. On the other hand, the son who is much wiser than his father, the son aims carefully at only one bird. Not just like his father, he tries to shoot down many bullets in the sky, but he aims at only one bird, that is the leader of the formation. You all must have observed birds making a formation in the sky while they fly in the form of a bird. They have shown in many in movies and all, if you have seen, or on this National Geographic Channel or Animal Planet, you must have seen flocks of birds flying in the sky, or near your house also. If you just come out and just watch the birds flying in the sky, they fly in a formation. They fly in the formation, and one bird will be leading it. Okay, one bird will, that is called the leader of the group. Leader of that group, the flock of birds. So the leader of the group. So the son tries to aim at the leader of the group and shoots it. It tries to shoot the bird. Both of them watch the rest of the bird fly away in the same formation as before, with another bird leading them. So there is he shoots the bird falls down, the leader, but the formation has not changed. The birds which they were flying in the sky in certain formation, that has not changed. Once the leader comes down, the other bird takes his position. The formation remains the same, it doesn't change, and the bird which is shot, it has fallen down. But another bird, they are so clever that there is another bird in that same group comes and takes its position, and they fly away far in that same formation. So as the father and the son watch the formation has not changed, and somebody else, some other bird has taken the place of the leader, this shows that it looked as if they knew how not to be shaken up in crisis. Or they are trying to teach a lesson, like we human beings, like now presently the situation what is going on, like this corona has come, this COVID-19 is spreading, it is at spike in our city, that is Bangalore. What is happening is all the people are getting panicked. They are not having belief in themselves. First of all, they don't have belief in themselves that they will be able to survive, fight for it. And the most important thing is, if like in our own relatives, somebody who are poor, who are not able to manage in this lockdown, in this time of crisis, what is the main duty of the others, those who are capable? They have to help others. They have to come forward. At least if you are not able to give them something, you have to give them a good advice in not to get panicked and stay calm, and what precautions has to be taken. We as human beings are more, God has given a brain for us which is more advanced compared to the animals or birds, whatever the other living things in this world. But here you can see, though they are birds, that lesson they are trying to teach, that they are not to be shaken up in crisis, but to move on. For example, in a family, if one person for some reason he dies, but the life will not stop. somebody else, like if father dies, the son has to take his position and earn for the family. He cannot just stay away like from to take care of his mother or his siblings, like his brother, sister at home. So if something happens, every time we should not get panicked and try to maintain ourselves in the time of crisis. So here is the lesson taught by the birds to us, we people. So after that, now coming to the lesson, the boy wants to know what happened to the bird he shot. So he saw that he has aimed at the leader of the bird, and the bullet has gone and hit the leader, and the duck has fallen somewhere. So he wants to go and see at it, what had happened to it. So what does he do? He rows the boat. So both the father and son both are moving in the boat. So he rows, he takes the boat and he rows the boat where the duck had fallen and finds it alive and bleeding. So once he reaches that place, he finds the duck, but what has happened to it? It is wounded. The bullet has gone and struck its wing. So and it was bleeding. He had shot at its wing. The boy had shot at the wing, and he learns it that he could never fly again. And just observing the wing, and he just tries to hold the duck and see that the wing has broken. It cannot be done anything except and it has for the lifetime it will not be able to fly again. You know, a bird life, it cannot stay. It moves only by flying. If there is no wing, like if we don't have legs to walk, we'll be able to move. No, same way. So the bird's wing was being shot and it had broken. So the boy could find that it would never fly again, and it was feeling pity for it. When the boy finds the bird wounded and it could not fly again, he is shocked. The boy is in a shock. He is shocked that he has injured the bird permanently, that for his lifelong, it cannot fly. He is ashamed. Now the boy feels ashamed that what he has done. He has hurt the bird in such a way that it could not fly like other birds for his whole life. He is ashamed of his ability to destroy. So he feels that only for the selfish thing of learning how to shoot, he has destroyed the whole life of that living thing, that is that bird. Destroyed. He decides that he will look after the bird and brings it home to care for it. So what he thinks is, now when the bird is unable to fly, what is his first duty is to take it home and take care of it for his whole life. For that till the bird lives, he wants to take care of it. So what he does it, he wants to keep that bird as his pet and brings it home as his pet. He wants to keep it as his pet. Like many have the habit of keeping cats, dogs and parrots at home. Now this one, because he is responsible for destroying his life by shooting at its wing and it not able to fly, he brings the bird as his pet home. He is sad. The boy is sad now, looking at the duck who is limping. He is sad. The duck would never fly again like the rest of the flock. So he is seeing the other birds flying in the sky, and only because of him it has been injured. He feels sad for it, but he is glad that it would be alive and safe in his home. But he is very happy to find it, and he thought of carrying it home, and he is having certain satisfaction that at least it was not left dying somewhere. He could find it and was able to take care of it by bringing it along with him to his home. So now after the boy gets the bird home, the boy learns his lesson. So for harming the bird, for injuring the, after injuring the bird, he learns a lesson that watching that bird bleeding all the time, crying for pain and unable to fly, he learns a lesson. He decides he would never go hunting again. So, though he had gone along with his father for the joy of hunting and killing, but he has learnt a lesson going there that how bad it is to cause harm to someone, and he decides not to go hunting again. So once then the father comes to him and asks him, when his father asks what he did with his gun. So the father had given a gun to him to shoot. So the boy had carried the gun along with him home. But what he did with the gun, that gun only was the main reason for hurting the bird, what he had in his hand, and he shot with that. The boy has thrown the gun away somewhere. He doesn't want to hunt again. That's why he has thrown the gun far away somewhere. So when the father asks him, he tells that he replies that he has thrown it away. So his father is shocked first. His father is shocked that how can he throw such a valuable gift given by him to his son? How can he do that to it? But slowly the father realizes. At first he is shocked, but realizes that he had set out to teach his son the joy of hunting to kill. So for what purpose the father had taken the son along with him? To enjoy, to feel the joy of hunting and killing the birds he had taken for him. But instead, what has happened? Instead, his son has learnt a better lesson, the joy of caring to heal. So he is feeling happy now to see that though he had taken his son for the purpose of making him happy by hunting and killing something, the son has learned a better lesson from this incident, the joy of caring to heal someone. So the boy is enjoying now to heal that bird, to take care of it. So the father feels happy for that, and the father learns from his son, how to value life. The father learns from his son that how to value life, and this makes him happy. So the father has seen that the son has learned how to value life, and that thought has made the father happy. Here the lesson ends, children. When we have a Google Meet or to discuss more about this, then this lesson is in the form of dialogue. What the father tells and in what way the son answers to it, and all those things I will read out to you that dialogues when we have a online meeting. Here ends your lesson. So what is the lesson of the story is caring is more important than causing hurt to someone. Taking care, you will be blessed when you are taking care of someone. It is very easy to hurt someone, either by words or by anything. But if you are using kind words to someone which will bring a smile on their faces, that is more important, and what the God also likes. Okay, so I hope that you all have understood this lesson, the wild duck. Okay, children, the notes will be sent to you as earlier. So copy down the notes neatly and be prepared for the coming test. Thank you.